Hello, fellow compatriots. This is your host, Trooper here, and today we're going to be doing a live stream Let's Build. Yes, that's right. I'm just getting a few things set up here. But we're going to be finishing off a particular build that I've been working on for Brutaka. So we're going to be working on Brutaka and then maybe migrate over to some more stars builds, depending. And I'm going to be probably putting up a poll as well. Now, if you're watching this from the future, after it's gone up, then, well, be sure to leave comments down in the description, in the comment section down below, and what you would like to see next. Luna Potato says, "Woo!" and hello, welcome. I'm gonna actually wait for more people to show up, but as things are getting set up, by all means, let me know how the audio quality is, if I'm sounding too quiet or the music is too loud. Those will be big helps. All the big helps that one can ask for. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get a few things set up here. Now, throughout the stream, there will be commercial breaks. I figured out a way to do commercial breaks in this, so that should be fun and interesting. So I'm going to be setting that up, and that is going to be very fun and exciting to see come into fruition. So, got window capture. Let me edit that to the File Explorer. Wait, what? No. Alright, I guess not. That's weird. Okay. Well, I guess that's that's not gonna do. Yeah, that's not gonna do. No, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. And that's gonna make the room way too room, so it's gonna have to be display capture. Yep. Alright, well. Alright, I got that set up. Let me get the mic set up a little bit. And it's gonna be the next thing that I'm gonna have to do is set up the mic proper. Just before, I kept knocking it all over the place, so let me get my mic stand for that. Alright. And now that I got that and the power of some tape, I should be able to get a very squozy mic stand that I'll be able to hang. Okay, yeah, that's hype. Alright, how am I coming out, fellow compatriots? Am I coming out well? I should be. Which means now I shouldn't have to worry about me knocking over the mic at this point going forward. Gonna get some tape. The power of tape. No one can ever stop me in my tape powers. My tape powers have no bounds. You may not know this already, but I am the tape guru. I am the tape god. For all problems can be solved with tape. But not all the time. Alright? Flex-Seal proved that. You cannot fix everything with tape. But, you know, if you're not Phil Swift, then maybe there is a chance. But if you're Phil Swift, then probably not. You kind of set yourself up for ruination. No one will save you in that regard. Woo! Nice! I am glad. I am very glad. And now, without any further ado, let us go straight to... Boop! There we go! Hello! Everything's working pretty nice, pretty squozy. I really like the bouncing here. Oh, this is nice! Fixing my life with Flex-Seal. Priceless. No. No! No. You cannot... well, I mean, you can try. You can try to fix it, Luna. But... you know, I'm not so sure how effective that will be in the long run. Now, on the topic of hydro stuff, we got ourselves a pit mutagen brutaka that we'll be working on. And I got some delicious parts to fulfill that destiny and goal. And I'm thinking, which it hurts to think, but boy, do I love to think. No truer statement have ever spoken so truly in my life before until this very moment. So, we're going to be reworking on this guy. I took off the Baraki, not the Baraki, the Borak eyes, because I really like the other build that I took it from, so I gave it back to that other build. And I feel like that is a reasonable excuse. If you think that is not a reasonable excuse, then I am going to have to politely and firmly ask you to reconsider. And also to subscribe. Oh hey, I got another neck tan piece. So this man's spine, I got a spear spine of him now. So, woo! I got a spine, and then the adult spine of it. So we got him and his son. The son is it would be this one, and then Daddy-O would be over there. Let me know in the comments if you also see that comparison, because I feel like it is a very viable comparison. And also very goofy as hell. Okay. Let me find... oh, there we go. 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 I found some dark blue for this man's thighs. Because thighs save lives. I got dark blue. Then I got some gold. I wonder if I can blend it. Oh, I wonder if I can blend it. Oh. I have an idea. I got gold and then I got the dark blue. So you know what that means. I am going to give this man different thigh armor. And how well is this picking up? Not very well. I'm going to have to raise the camera. Can I raise the camera? Alright, we're going to raise this camera. And to avoid camera jank, you're going to look at this man's face again. Because reasons. We don't need it fully extended. Let's see how it looks. That's a bit better. No, can't have that in shot. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. How did you fall? That's physically impossible. Well, if you heard that thud and it came out audible, that is the sound of disappointment that you just heard in full 4K in crisp quality. I don't know why it drooped, because it was so perfect before, until it decided to do that, which I did not like at all, not one bit. The opposite, actually. Burp, burp, burp. There we go. And let's tighten you. There we go. Now you're more tightened. Woo! Draganta says, hey Trushan, how you been? I just got new stream game, Monster Hunter Wild. It's gonna be hunting with friends soon. Just waiting on install. Nice. That sounds so much fun. Monster Hunter Wild. I haven't played a Monster Hunter. I should play it. It looks like a fun game series. Definitely gonna consider playing it at some point. It looks like a very fun game. I will admit, it looks like a very fun game. Alright, we're gonna take this off. I like how the cats are like little cooks. They help cook stuff and all that great stuff. It's super adorable. I absolutely love it. Wait a minute. I thought of something interesting that I can do. Okay, so this guy has a torso mechanism that I just came up with. It actually works pretty good. What if I did that for Pit Mutagen Brutaka? Because it has connectors for additional arms, so the base arms wouldn't move, but the top ones would. I kind of want to do that now. Alright, we're going to make a play feature for this man. This man's going to have a play feature. Because I realized that I can make it work. And you know what happens when things can work? Oh, I'm going to be abusing the hell out of that workness. You think I am just going to idle by, just sit around and just be like, yes. And the pieces be very PC. You know, and sure, you can be PC about it, but what if I told you you can make anything into a play feature if you try hard enough? I mean, it is possible. Word of warning, Tribuchon, they updated character customization. For good or bad? For better or for worse? That's my question, Draganta. Did the character customization got better or worse? Because it sounds like it got worse from how you worded it. And I mean, I didn't. Well, I should have expected there would be some form of character customization, but I didn't think too hard on that. Why are you not clicking? That's why you're not clicking. Alright. The dark blue. Wait. I need to have dark blue. Would dark blue look better here? And then the... Yeah, and then I can have gold on top. like I should double it. Yeah, it should be 3 pins on a single... Yep. 3 pins on a single leg. Let's do it! Let's see how this works. Let's see how this works. If it works, good. If not, then oh well. At least there was an attempt to do it. Alright, so that will go there, as it should. That can't go there. Alright, yeah, it's gonna have to be one of those types of situations. Fun! Alright. Don't worry, Brutaka. You will be rebuilt. Stronger, faster, better, or something. Still figuring that out. And that's bent. We got a better one. I should have a better one. There we go. I do have a better one. Nice! And you are going to be dark blue, going in the upward position. And I could still put gold spikes on the back easily. Yeah, I feel like gold needs to go back here. I don't feel right without the gold in the back. And I should have some Borak eyes that I can put in the back too. It's an idea. It's a tempting idea. Dragette says, real good. They added a lot of detail work. Also, I got 2 new Marvel mechs, War Machine and Venom. I'm working on a Charge Blade MOC, but I'm stuck. Oh, that sounds cool, Draganta. That is awesome. A Charge Blade MOC. Hold on, what's Charge Blade? Hold on. Let me look that up real quick. Oh! Oh! Oh, that is a that's a Charge Blade. Oh. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. What? This weapon is somewhat similar to a switch axe with the ability to switch between 2 different weapon modes. Sword mode and axe mode? Oh my, that is so cool! Oh, that is awesome! Okay, I can see why you're stuck. Udron says, hello, and that's a nice looking Zyglak. Thank you. It's a Bionicle Star Zyglak. Because I found the Zyglak very goofy, and I wanted to make a Zyglak. Draganta says, Monster Hunter weapon. Yep, I just looked it up. It looks cool, and I can see why you are stuck on that regard. I'm sure. Alright, so a good way for making that happen here. I'll help you out real quick, Draganta. I'll help you out. I will help you out with this real quick. Let me go ahead and get my parts bin, so that I can properly assist in this regard. So, for making a sword that that has the gears, because I noticed that the charge blade has gears. Best way to do about it is probably with 2 gears. I'm gonna use 2 big ones as an example. Use 2 big gears. Of course, you can also have smaller gears as well. That can do the same thing. It won't take as much space. But in that regard, you need an in-between, and I think this might be the best way to go about it if you were to do something like this. So we're gonna do that real quick. And I'm gonna show you a thing that you can do for the Switchblade. Because it's actually pretty simple. The weapon that you're trying to design. It's actually pretty simple. For me, it's simple. It might be complex to everybody else. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Making a monster hunter weapon, such as a Switchblade, can be difficult, but the internal mechanism to do it is actually pretty straightforward. And I'm just going to use random colors here. I was going to do random colors, but I decided not to do that because reasons. Alright, so now I go ahead and grab these, and this can be used for adding detail if you want to add detail to the build. It is something simple you can do, but this gives you the basics of what you can do with a Switchblade. And then only thing you need to do really is grab some pins here, is this picking up well? Okay, Utron Micro says, I remember making a story of good guy befriending a female Zyklad all the way back, never finishing it. It was meant to be an elaborate joke, but I remember having fun making it. Hobby Azul, stand ready for my arrival worm. Arrival worm. Okay, I'm gonna lower this actually. Hold on. I should be able to. To lower it pretty well. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That looks good. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, do that, and then because we have that, we can now use this piece. Now with this piece, for your Switchblade axe, is going to be very paramount that you use it. It's going to make or break it. Now of course, there's different ways you can go about it. Again, I'm using it because it's for convenience sake. Yeah, wait a minute. No, actually, no. You don't need that. You don't need that. I realize you don't need that. Okay, instead what you actually might need is this piece. Over here. This piece over here, pause, frame, what have you. Slap that in there. That goes in there. That goes in there. That goes in there, and now you have a form to connect. And then, you so want, one thing you really need to do is get a gear. Make sure the blades are lined up. Wait a minute, why are you, oh, I forgot it's a 6. Yeah, it's a 6. There we go. Then that goes there. And then that goes there. So get it set up the way you want. It has to be even and symmetrical, is kind of thing. It kind of has to be. And you shove the axle in there. And then now it transforms. And of course you can add friction here. It doesn't have to be like this. You can shorten the length of it. It doesn't really need these pieces, but it helps for making it compact. You You can still use smaller gears and make something a little bit more complex, but this is the base system. You always need a center gear to keep everything level, and then you got the transformation mechanism. That is how you make a switchblade from axe to sword type of, theoretically. So, yeah. Something like that. And of course, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's addicting now. I made something addicting, but that's something you can do. Now to take this apart. And of course, you can always rewind, rewatch it. This video is going to be up live. Not up. If it's not live, it's going to be, you can watch, oh my god, I can't even sentence right now. It's so hard for me to sentence. What I'm trying to say is you can rewatch this video at any point in time. Even when it's not live. There we go. I'm sorry. So goofy. Alright. Let's just say I'm cooking 5-star shit, still hoping to order your parts for one project in particular. Thank you, Hobby. That is, I appreciate that. Draganta says, thanks for the tip. Also, I got an idea for a new Cyber Knight MOC I'm adding to Hero Line, and their weapon is Gunlance MOC. Oh, that will be hype. That will be very hype. Okay. Let me pick up my mess so that I can work on Stars Brutaka. the moment we all been waiting for. Truly. Absolute cinema. And let me get these blades back out of the way. Kick gears. We're gonna have to get a flat gear. We're gonna have to get a flat gear. Alright. Because I'm gonna add additional arms to this man. Because I'm gonna add the same play feature that's in that rock sheet. Except it's gonna be a little bit different because I don't know about you, but I do not like square sockets, even if it makes the build tighter. And that was kind of like a running trend where, well, the thighs were also a running trend, let's be fair, but one of the bigger trends at the time was definitely finding the gears. Alright, now that we got some more people, I'm gonna start doing start a poll. Alright. There we go. Star pull. Woo! Alright, so once Brutaka is done, we can build whatever y'all suggest. Because I don't think Brutaka should take that long. That might be the most, like, famous last words I might regret have saying that, but honestly, it's just a thought. It can still happen. There we go. I found the One Piece. I have found the One Piece, fellow compatriots. Also, I'm gonna try to use this. That a Hordika limb. That might be fun and interesting. I might try that. Unironically, I might actually try that. Alright. Time for the moment that probably a lot of people might be waiting for. And that is adding the play feature of using a torso piece for this sort of ordeal and thing. Should be pretty interesting. I think it needs black, so I'm gonna have to get something with black sockets, because I feel like this should be the upper arms instead of close proximity to the lower arms. I'm not really feeling it for lower arms. I think that might be a little bit too much. Okay, Triple, fun chatting again. Thanks for the advice on mock tips. Gotta go. Looking forward to see how mocks turn out. Thank you. You have a good one. And I'm gonna raise this camera now, because this man is getting a little bit taller. Yeah, that looks good. That looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Alright then. So, we got half bushing. Oh yeah, we need a half bushing. I forgot about that. That is like a key factor for a lot of... I need to get more Technic, guys. Either that, or I'm gonna have to do inventory to get the pieces that I need. I probably might do inventory. Doing inventory helps you figure out, okay, what projects you like to have, and what projects you do not want to work anymore. And I think I'm gonna have to use gray, and I can just cover with black armor. So there is gonna be a bit of bluish gray in Brutaka, but I'm gonna try to cover it up as much as humanly possible, because I don't want the bluish gray to have. And this is a mutated version of Brutaka, okay? This is not the one y'all might be familiar with. This is Pit Mutagen Brutaka that we're working on right now. I feel like that's pretty good, all things considered. Wait a minute. Can I put flame... Keat Orange? Does Keat Orange work well? If he's... Wait a minute. I might have more flexibility with Sand Green, maybe? It would help with the mutated look. Maybe. But I feel like that might be too many colors. That's too bright. Yeah, it needs to trans orange, or either that or black. Wait a minute. I forgot a piece that I have. I have the... I can just use... Yeah, this is a tiny version of Brutaka. I don't have to make it the same scale or class. Hold on. I actually got an idea for this. So, what I have in mind for Pit Mutagen Brutaka is I'm going to be trying to take my own interpretation of how the character is going to look like. Because a lot of people in the fandom tend to just keep very much the same as the Titan set. There's not a lot of deviation. but I'm gonna be trying to go a different approach with the character in this regard, and try to make something unique and original. And he needs the claw hand. I'll put the claw pieces later, but now it's black and I can add whatever I want to that, and I feel like that's pretty good. I can't complain all that much in that regard. So with that in mind, now I get to work on the play feature, which should be fun and interesting. And what I am looking forward to the most, because it should be pretty fun. Oh! What if... No, because if I put that there, then it's no... Yeah, that's gonna be too much. That's gonna be too much. I know when something is too much, and that would be way too much. That would be way too much. But it will be pretty fun. It will be pretty fun. I would have no complaints in that regard. Doing the same play feature that I did before because it's actually pretty high, but it cooks. It really cooks. Alright? It cooks. I don't even need to explain to any of y'all why it cooks. It just cooks. It just does. It just does. It simply is. It simply is, and it's beautiful in every sense of it. And I hope you internalize that and embody it, consume it, metamorphosize it, and turn it into something spectacular, because honestly, I expect nothing less. I know it's a high order, a lot to swallow, but you know what? I believe in you. Y'all are capable. Like, nothing is impossible. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Don't let dreams be dreams. Wait a minute. Oh my god, I could have done it a simpler way. I could have done it a simpler way. I just thought of a Solulu to my Delulus. So I get this piece. I was gonna do the same bracket system I did before with the rock sheet, but honestly, I don't even have to. I think I just figured out a simpler way to do it. Oh, why didn't I think about that before? Now I want to update that guy now, because I figured out a better way to... I don't know. I feel like I'll keep the first version as is, just to have some different ways of showcasing how you can go ahead and make the connections the way that they are. But I find that super funny. That is like, why didn't I think about that? Oh, I got some orange. I can put it in the torso. But yeah, so I can literally just do this, and then that's just 3 pieces versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces. Wait a minute. 3 versus... Wait a minute. Was it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, 6 pieces. Technically 8, if you factor in how much I had to reinforce it. So 8 versus 3, that is a lot better, all things considered. And there you go. We got the play feature. He'll be able to lean super dynamically. We can put a bolt joint here, put the socket and everything so that he's like very nice and cohesive. And obviously, of course, because the chest is going to be turning now, we can add torso onto this from the Maritorin sets. So now he can like twist his waist and everything in a very unique and dynamic manner that unlike anything we've seen before. And we're gonna use a number 4 for this because number 4s are actually pretty good. I must admit, they're pretty good. They're kind of hype, I'm not gonna lie. And this is easier to make sure it keys in properly. Oh my gosh, this is so much easier. I don't have to finagle as much as it did with the Roxy Star set. Oh hell yeah! This is great. This is great. I love this already. This is actually hype. Okay, now I need the ball joint. Udra Micro says, do you think the 2008 Makuta should have been friendlier with each other? Like, instead of each member of the villain team secretly hates all other teammates again? They're actually friends? Still evil, but as friends. That would be pretty nice. And though their friendship, Krika's redemption would have even been more solid groundwork on. The collector of different toys says, hello, hi, and welcome. I feel like that would be pretty cool to see. And like it would be more so like networking type of like friendship ordeal where like they want more success in the brotherhood. You know, so like there's like a bit of a competitiveness, but there's still like a respectful competitiveship instead of like backstabbing and all that sort of stuff. I feel like that would have been more interesting and would add an extra layer to things in the Makuta in general. But with that said, I feel like there should be even like some neutral Makuta, like those that are just like, yeah, I'm just here, you know, I'm doing my own thing. I feel like characters that would fit in that regard would be possibly maybe like Makuta. What was their name? It's the Makuta of Artaka. I forgot his name. But he would be one of those types of Makuta that were just like Makuta Kojul. That's his name, Makuta Kojul. He would just be one of those characters like, nah, there's not much to do in this island. I'm just gonna be doing my own stuff. You know, he's gonna be creating Rahi or whatever. Like, the Matoran are great, so, like, if the Matoran are at their best behavior, it's more reason for Makuta Kojul to not put as much priority into the Matoran. All too much. Because they will be, like, self-maintaining in their own way. In my opinion. Oh, yeah, I can use the Trans Orange. Yeah, there we go. I can put that built into the build now. There we go. There we go. Got Trans Orange. Torso is swiveling in all swivel glory. Nothing can stop the swivel man. Jobby the Hong reference in 2025? My god. The collector says, I got an Alec in the mail, and from what I can see, he has no cracked line joints. Oh my gosh, you are a lucky son of a gun. I'm glad that now they will go well with the rest of your Baraki that you were telling me about the other day. That's hype. And Syntrax says, Krika would have probably had to break away from the other Makuta regardless, especially Gorast, since she as well, you know. Yeah, Gorast is Gorast. It's self-explanatory. Syntrax to say, I'd say the one truly neutral Makuta was Miserex. Krika comes close, but won't get me wrong, but he needs something else if you ask me. I feel like Krika wants, if we're given the option, he will work in the order. And be a Toa. Like, he wouldn't exactly follow the Toa code, per se, so he would be more so of a Toa within the order type of deal, if he wasn't a Makuta. Like, he's someone that actively is like, I don't want to be the villain. I'm not really down for that type of character, so that's how I view it as. But again, I could be wrong. Alright, now time for his upper torso. I'm thinking... Oh man, I need to figure out how to do that. Yeah, because I'm gonna be doing this number. Should I do that number? I feel like he needs ball joints. And if I do something like that, yeah, but then he needs the shoulder pads. I feel like he would need shoulder pads. But this will allow for tubes to go on the backs of his arms, or here, for that matter. In similar vein to how the other characters operate and work. Oh, Brutaka. What am I ever gonna do with you? Amtrix says, nice to see you live again. Thank you. I found a simpler way to make that play feature that man has, and it only requires 3 pieces to make the bracket versus 8 pieces in that one. Just 3 pieces. Minus the gear, of course, but I'm probably still gonna keep the the build the same for this guy, but make it more simpler for this guy over here, because at least it bulks it out and won't be too like thin, so it adds like extra detail even if it is slightly wasteful, but it's purposefully wasteful. That's like a backhanded compliment. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. It's fine. I'm fine. Should be fine. Okay, Centrex says, also, really makes me wish we got Makuta in the order. Yeah, I feel you. The collector says, Krika's biggest character flaw is he has had too much faith that he could turn the rest of the Makuta against Terry's plan. Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing the 4 arms, because arm will be here, and then the upper arm would swivel and twist. So he will have 4 arms and still have the play feature. And let me go ahead and do this real quick. This will make for a good spacer and maybe add some mechanical detail, even if no one will really see it, but you know, it is an option. So he has arm here, upper torso, doing the swivel, and I'm thinking wait a minute. If that's here, that will allow me to add tubes in the back. This will actually allow me to add tubes. I'm gonna do that. This will actually allow me to add tubes so that he can... And I gotta put a bigger gear in his back after I put a Technic beam because I need his back to do something special. Wait a minute, do I have a gold? I should have a gold Hordika foot to put in his back. I should. Just to add a little bit of layering for this man. He also has a dark... That might be too big. I do not. Well, that is something on my bucket list that I'm going to be updating. That is something that I'm going to be updating for sure. Alright. Time to go ahead and work on this man and his custom play feature that I sporadically came up with. That actually kind of slaps. And we're gonna do a red. Honestly, I can do it raised. I can use the Hordika neck pieces to raise it up a bit so that it's not too jarring. And it will give plenty of space for the lower arms too, if I do it this way. That way. Now he has the swivel. And he looks good with the swivel. There we go. And probably put this on as like webbing, showcasing that he's a bit broad in terms of design. It's a tempting idea. But then it should be, because at least now I can have trans orange for the upper arms. So that now it looks more uniform. The socket is carrying a lot of weight for the internal mechanism. Orange Technic beam here. And everything like that. So I feel like this is coming along pretty well for a mutated Brutaka, all things considered. And of course, the neck is just going to be going straight. And it's going to be... he won't be turning all that much. Like, the waist will be turning side to side, but his blade will be overall still the same for A-Star's Brutaka. Udra Mike says, I think the order will work better as a villain group. Sort of like they think they're advocating for Matsumi, but he himself wouldn't approve of their methods at all. I also kind of agree with that. It is a very fun thing to play around with when it comes to the order, because the order kind of breaks traditions and oaths in their own twisted way, especially when it comes to the Toa Code. Like, the fact that they're willing to kill for quote-unquote the will of Matanui is something that's like very interesting, that I feel like needs to be more expanded on, in all honesty. Because it's an interesting idea. Don't get me wrong, it's a very interesting idea. I just wish it was more expanded on. Wait a minute. If that's gonna be... Oh no, you could... Oh, it will not work actually. Oh. Oh, it's not. Okay, so I was thinking of putting the pin here. But if there's going to be a strut on the back to also keep the head keeping from swiveling all over the place, I can't, I can't put the pistons there. But, the tube's there. But now, what that means, though, I can get this out. Let me get this out. I can at least double it on either side and make it more centered, but also it will allow me to add more detail into the chest region that I couldn't have originally. Because I'm going to be putting these elements here, 3 length axle with stopper, put for deconnects on either side. Then I'm going to go ahead and put this piece in, then put this piece over it. And now it is fully engulfed and wrapped into that. Sure, there is some exposed piston, exposed parts, but now I can add detail in the front of this. For whatever I might need to do. That actually works well for me. That actually works. And now I just need a 5 length. I could probably also put this in here. Yeah, I could put that in there. That actually covers it up pretty well. That's actually kind of funny. It actually covers up pretty well, all things considered, and I can still put, like, either neck down low, or I can have it elevated. That's actually kind of handy. And that means I can just grab this back part for him to do the play feature versus just a gear in the back. So he doesn't have any gear. I just grab the slicer wing piece to go ahead and do the play feature mechanism that I wanted to do. There we go. We covered up the back and it looks nice. Now we can add the tubes and all that fun stuff. Shame Lego never did a recolor of the Hordika torso armor. Yeah, that would be nice, honestly. I could do so much if they recolored it. Like, because I wanted to feel like he got mutated, you know, type of feel. And this definitely, with this one piece, definitely makes him feel more broader. And I might still add some spikes to imitate what he originally looked like. But the fact that now he has 4 arms is kind of hype, not gonna lie. Oh man, I was just thinking for a second, I could probably use Borak arms. But I feel like I'm gonna do a similar thing as to how this guy's arms are done, in a similar vein for this guy over here. I might do the same thing. It is an idea that I am having in that regard for this particular build. You know, honestly, I've been working a lot with a lot of system lately, a lot of system and Technic. And from my experiments that I have been doing for a while now, I feel like Lego could honestly bring back any buildable, constructible figure theme if they really wanted to. Not like they're doing with the Marvel sets, the Marvel and DC buildable action figures, because that's very big and expensive, but something that can fit within the $8 to $10 price range. Because the Lego Ninjago mechs are small and compact, but I feel like there is a lot of flexibility you can do with that price range. Like the $20 set of the final battle between Lloyd's mech and the Skull mech. I got that set, and it is probably the funnest, like one of the funnest Lego sets that I got back in 2023. Was that 2023 or was that 2024? I forgot. Years passing by very quickly. But again, like, it's a fun set. It's a really fun set. And Lego honestly could bring back something with like play features and stuff like that, mixed with a little bit of Technic, but still keep it within the $10 to $20 price range. Like, it doesn't even have to be Bionicle. I just want buildable action figures. I mean, I kind of made my own buildable action figures, but that's besides the point. You know, I'm not crazy. Please, I am not crazy. I feel like Lego could easily do it if they wanted to make some sort of buildable action figure theme. Like, it doesn't even have to be a repeat of any other pre-existing IP. Just give me, like, I don't know, the Mechanoids versus the Mechanists versus the, I don't know, wildlife mythical creatures. Like, you can have, like, junkyard scrap bots fighting mythical creatures type of dealio, where the mech robots are, like, evil and bad, but, like, then you got the mythical creatures, something like elves, you know, like the elves theme, where, you know, they're like, oh, we gotta stop these dangerous mechanoids from, destroying the Greenland. We have to defeat them. And, you know, you build your minotaurs, you build your unicorns, or what have you. Something, Lego. Please give me something. I am begging. I can't be the only one that thinks this. At the collector, at some point, I would like to build myself a mock of Pit Brutaka. It's just probably he's expensive to get, even parting out of Bricklink. Yeah, Brutaka is expensive as all hell. Udra Micro says, or imagine what Matanui would say to Hellrix if they ever met. Yeah. Syntrax says, Brutaka is not expensive, yeah. Syntax says Mixels were kind of that. Little $5 USD sets that had nice articulation and were fully brick built. Yeah! I loved Mixels. Mixels was random, you know, but like, you can mix them, put them together, what have you. They were fun sets. They remind me of X-Pods, and I grew up with X-Pods, and X-Pods were my jam. I loved X-Pods. But yeah, Lego, please, what are you doing? Bring back buildable figures of some capacity. I need it. I feel like a drug addict asking Lego for buildable action figures. But come on. It's great. It's a niche thing. And honestly, with how many mechs that Lego keeps doing, like, people were joking a couple years back, oh, look, it's Exoforce. But honestly, like, with how many humanoid mechs and some that tried to diverge from that, like Lego Dreams with, what was the name of the blob? I forgot. What's Mateo's slime creature's name? I remember Mateo, but I forgot his imaginary familiar. Anyways, but yeah, you could do something like that. You could easily do something like that. I just don't understand why. Why not? Why not? Why not, Lego? Why not? I need it. It's important to me, and I need it. I don't care if you think otherwise, but I do need it. Okay. I need to figure out a way to do the neck. I can't do it back here, but I could probably do it in the front here, but then... You know what? He needs the Agori head. I'm gonna give him an Agori head for Taka. And then I can put the mask over it. Because honestly, that's what Lego would have done. Probably put the gory head. Just put it right here. It looks weird already, but it works. And I can add tubes on the sides too, so it's not lost at any capacity. Is it weird? Yes, but will it work? Also yes. I just need to figure out a way to connect the neck. Because right now, his arms, they do that. So his head will stay stationary for the most part as he's doing the swing attack motion that I built him to do. Wait a minute, how far does that... Oh, that goes pretty far. Yeah, that goes pretty far, and it's gonna bump into the... Yeah, that's gonna bump, so it's gonna have to be higher up. And he also needs to be higher up because his mask is so big. Like, he has a big mask. That's no understatement. The dude has a very big mask. Citrix says Z-Blob. That's his name. That Z-Blob. Yeah. I forgot about that. X-Pods mentioned. Base, says Udron. Yes. Antrax says, Bionicle was by far the most testosterone licensed Lego ever did. Today, most licensed are boring. I also agree with that. Going Von Nebula, I see. Yup, I'm gonna go Von Nebula with it. Udron says, Zebla, P.S. The only good character from Dreams is Logan. My man started as a bully jock, went through development, befriended a nightmare, and even got an admirer. Yeah! Logan is kind of hype. I love Logan. He was cool. The Collector says, gonna be honest, I enjoyed Lego Dreams more than I really thought, and it was probably my favorite Lego Systems theme. I also agree. There's a lot of creative decisions that they did with Lego Dreams. Centrex says, Lego probably would have done an Avmatoran head or even a Metro head, which was still in production in 09 and 10 for the Toa Matanui. Yeah, but this is Stars, so he's gonna have a Von Nebula style thing going on. I feel like that would be more appropriate. And also, like, I don't know. it just, something about it speaks to me more as a Stars having something as redundant as an Agori head. I don't know. That might be just me. How am I gonna do this? I could do... Oh, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. He's gonna have a gray neck. That's what I'm gonna do. Red axle, gray neck. I'm gonna Pohatu this man. With the neck connection. I'm gonna Pohatu this man. He's gonna be Pohatu-fied. Where's... I know I had a black ball somewhere. Do I only have grays? Well, you know what? Bluish gray it is. There we go. And now we can decorate him. He's almost done. He's almost complete. And he looks majestic. He truly does. And I didn't even use this, which is kind of goofy, but honestly it works. Now for this man's blade, I feel like it's gonna have to either go this way, or he can double arm it. But that's more of a bow tar thing. It will probably be zigzag more than anything else. It would be more zigzag. It will look more like a shield though. That's the issue with these blades, because it does give him the more aquatic feel that he needs. But I feel like he also loses something a little bit the second... Or maybe... Does that look good? Yeah, that looks good. It feels like it flows better with that. Is it simple? Yes, but is it effective? Also yes. There we go. Bro is yoked. He is yoked beyond belief. Guess the shoulder pads, probably gonna be putting that into place. Still figuring out how that will go. But hey, it's progress, and he's looking good. Okay, Udra Mike says, imagine if they kept reducing more stars and releasing Matoran and Agori size to Hunga size again. Oh, that would be pretty cool, Udron. I would be down for that. The collector of a different toy says, I would like to add, I'm talking about the sets from Lego Dreams. I've never watched the show and the shelf because I've heard it's a mixed bag, bad things about the show. Yeah, I watched the show. It's not great. I feel like in terms of the overall show, you'll have a better time watching Shark Boy and Lava Girl than you would watching Lego Dreams. I'm not joking. I genuinely think that you'll have a better time watching Shark Boy and Lava Girl from Spy Kids than you would watching Lego Dreams. I feel like RR Slugger on YouTube, shout out to them, did a pretty good review in that regard when it came to Lego Dreams. A lot of things that he says I also personally believe, but with the added, probably best to watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I'd go double bladed actually, make it like fins. Oh, also I'm guessing the Zyglak is also part of this series. Yeah, the Zyglak is also a part of the overall design that I'm going with all of these. All right, let me give this man some arms because he kind of needs some arms. I feel like he needs it. And also I need to figure out a way to connect this on. It will fill him out pretty well. My own biased opinion. Hold on, how far back does this go? Okay, that goes that far in its most extreme. I don't know. I mean, it covers the side angle pretty well. But I feel like it's a bit too much. I feel like he's just gonna have to have a... No, that's too spindly. That's way too spindly for this man. That's a... Brutaka is supposed to look bluish. Hold on, wait a minute. Can I just... wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought of an idea. I thought of a wild idea. Okay. The collector says, well, Shark Boy and Lava Girl is one of the greatest pieces of cinema ever to be released. I agree. It really is. Udron says, one thing I really baffled me about the Dream series was the twist revealed that this Hunter guy was the dad of Zoe, the moody girl. It just felt utterly ham-fisted. It really did. I really didn't like it. Yeah, it was like extremely ham-fisted. Oh. There we go. Sorry about that. Had to move around real quick. Hey Trib! Have you seen the Sending Depths review by the YouTuber Orange Juice? If so, what are your thoughts on his video? Oh! Yes. Yes, I saw that review. So, funny story about that. That was a customer that he first made the video complaining about the set. Didn't even notice that the instructions were in the packaging. The card has the QR code on the back. Failed to look in the backside of the business card. Not only that, but after he made a video, then he made a complaint on the shop, asking for a refund. I fully reimbursed him and everything, but that video in a nutshell was mostly to try to drive drama. Now, I'm not gonna go too long about it, but like, he got all his money back and everything, but it was, the main goal was to generate drama. If you have read any of my reviews on the shop, talked with any of my customers, any people that bought any of my brains and stuff like that, people really like the quality of the stuff that I make, and the sets are also pretty good quality too. And this was during the time when the recall was happening with some of the sets. But now the sets are at better quality. Some connections are still loose, but you can still build the figures at the end of the day. Again, like, that video was mostly to drive drama. So that's all I'm gonna be commenting on that. It doesn't really need more attention than necessary. So, yeah. Okay. Alright, it was absolutely childish, the guy. I'm sorry for that. I just wanted to tell you not to get unmotivated by people like that. What are you doing with Ascending Depths is nothing short of amazing. Thank you. Man, thank you, Haynes Animates. I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be going into commercial in a little bit. Ah, okay. I see people have been voting. Nice, 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 nice. That is great to see. But I got an idea for the clause for Brutak over here. Because he had... Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's dark blue. Do I got something that has a marbling effect that goes from dark blue to another color? that might be interesting to try. Yeah, I feel like the arm design that I was thinking about doing will make it too flat. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that idea. That would make it look way too flat. Okay. Let me go ahead and get some pre-built limbs. I'm thinking maybe these. Probably put some dark blue on that. Oh, actually, hold on. I do got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea for what to do with the arms. And then we can add dark blue over on either side to bulk it out. So he still has the piston, but the smaller design. And yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got something even better that would actually flow better. Hold on, I got an idea. I figured out something that would flow better. I actually figured out something that would flow a lot better. So we can take these out. I just figured out something that can actually work pretty well. And we're gonna put blue, some brown. There we go. So, first things first, add that into the mix. Yeah. So that will go there. That will go there. And then that will go there. That work? Kinda. Alright, so that's arm design 1. And then this would have been arm design 2. I'm doing arm design 2. I feel like I'll be able to add more tubes with the other design. Because I'm planning to cover him in tubes is kind of the thing. And that would fill out his design a lot better once I fill him up with tubes. Oh yeah, and I need the black. Luna says, I got Kobo and it's so cute. I'm gonna take it to the beach with me next time I go. Oh, awesome! Thank you for purchasing, Luna. Syntrax says, oh yeah, I've been working on my own kind of revamp series myself. For the G2 toe-up. Thus far, I've only got Bohatu done, but I have the skeleton design for Liwa, and I'm getting Golly's pieces in. Nice! Udron Micah says, I'm thinking about building villains for my Toa Nuva, hire people for different species to become quasi-Toa alternate universe. I'm thinking of making them all 2001-esque Titans, regardless of the species. That would be very cool to see, honestly. I am so down for that. Alright, we're gonna change music here. I feel like this has been going on for long enough. Let's go for some Bionicle Heroes. There we go. Alright. Hopefully you guys can hear that well. There we go. And of course, I'll put some links in the descriptions of the music used, obvi, but yeah. There we go. Alright. No, I don't need that. That can go to the side. And 2 pins. Grab them in blue. And then we'll be close to done with Brutaka. Oh, I got part of my rubber band, my band-aid stuck in there. That wouldn't have been as fun. There we go. Dark blue. Works pretty well. That actually looks pretty good for a Brutaka so far. I still have to work on the chest. The chest is going to be probably the more difficult part to do because there's a play feature. But yeah, now he actually looks the part. And of course, him having the weapons on either hand would be pretty cool to see. So I'm gonna add this piece in. Should be, which means I know how to do it. I know how to do it. I think I know how to do it now. Yep. I think I know how to do it. Alright, let me grab the piece here. And then I'm going to go ahead and get a number 4 so that I can do the rest of the connection the way that I wanted it to. Oh yeah. Do I have... I'll probably put red in here. Why? Because I can't. That's why. There we go. So got some red. No one's going to be seeing it anyways, unless if you really squint at it. This kind of thing. But yeah, now this should blend in pretty well, all things considered. And yeah. Yep. And I need blue pins. To do the torso build that I want to do. But then we can just put a mask on this man. Oh, okay, so he's bulkier than the original, but only by a little bit. Yeah, I kind of agree. He's getting a little bit beefy, but again, he's mutated, so it makes sense. Centrex says, one of the main things I built onto him was a massive foot pads on each feet, designed to attach to the Hero Factory foot piece. Oh, that's cool! He's still got an arm-based gear function instead of the leg-based one, but it's on 2 arms for simple blades and not boomerangs. Oh, and that's for your Pohatu build. Got it. Okay, that is actually pretty... Yeah. I kind of like that direction that you went with G2 Pohatu. I think that is actually pretty smart. Super Sonic Studio says, yo, came in to hear the classic Matoran End Cave song from Bionicle Heroes, Nostalgia Overload. Thank you. Udron Micro says, by the way, have you ever delved deeper into canonized MOCs than the Dark Hunters and Metru Nui Rahi, like the 5 pit prisoners, for example, whose names aren't canon, like Zakron, for example? I haven't really. I think the farthest I diverged was, what was a weird pull that I did? I know I did Voriki, but that's mostly meme material. I did the Kalgarak recently. Yeah. I'm not so sure. Or cool Rahi models from former LEGO designer who were sadly never canonized, like the Waruha. Says you draw micros. Which were sadly never canonized. Yeah. That is... Yeah. Huh. Makes me think. Makes me think. Alright, so I got that there. I feel like camping so. Do it like that in. Oh, that's too bulky. I don't like the side profiling of that. He's not sleek. He's not beautiful. He needs to be sleek. I need to think of how to do this now. How to be more clever than just slap armor on. How to be more clever. Alright, well, an idea for being more clever would be recreating the spike, so that's going to be with some Borak eyes in the silver, putting on either side, so that he at least has the pointy thing going on. But he needs to have the slim profile. I'm going to give him dark blue hands. I need to put claws on this man. The claws have some form of capacity onto this man's hands. I feel like he needs it. I'm gonna give him some claws. Hippo says, hi guys! Hello! Welcome! Supersonic says, I made a custom Artaka figure recently. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Alright guys, we're going to be hopping into commercial real soon. But before we do that, I am going to at least try to put hands on this man before we go into commercial. Let's see if I can put hands up before we have to go into commercial. That will be the ideal ideal scenario. I feel like Nuparu's claws might be the best way to go about it. Because Anua's claws might be a little bit too much for this character. Because I want the feet to look bigger, so the hands had to be smaller but still clawed. And I think Anua's claws might be able to do that a lot more elegantly if I can find Anua's claws. I'm gonna have to do the thing again. It will allow me to find things quicker. I had to do the thing again. Alright, we're doing the thing. This is me doing the thing. Yep, I did the thing. There you go. Now I can look for any pieces that I need. Now that I have done the thing. Orange claws might be tempting. I'll keep the orange. Alright, well, I gotta go into commercial, guys. And Nectan staring at the pot as he thinks I'm not cleaning that up. No, that is so real. That is so real. My nostalgia level just exploded saying all those pieces of supersonic. Why, thank you. Alright, we're gonna hop into commercial. Let me go ahead and set that up real quick. And alright. So first we're gonna have to pause this. Pause the audio for a sec. And shrink that down. And display capture. And we're gonna expand this out. There we go. And boop. Boop. Oh, wait, no, I want full screen. There we go. There we go. And max volume. We'll put it in 50. There we go. All right, fellow compatriots. I'll be right back. It will be just a sec.
In the time after time, within distant futures past, 4 heroes across time must unite, save the cycle from the forces of evil, and become the Espiritu of legends. Ascending depths, each set sold separately.
There we go. Hi guys, I'm back. I finally made it back. Alright, video capture, turn off window capture, and... Oh. What? Display capture. There we go! There we go, we're back. We're back. Alright, hello fellow compatriots, I made it back. Looks like I came back just in time after commercial. How hype is that? Okay, so we have a blue villain Nectan, blue hero Brutaka, red villain Zyglek, yellow villain Rockshi, two nice whole waves of Bionicle stars in the making, I see, says Syntrax. Yes, very much so. Pretty hype, all things considered. Alright, let me start getting some audio playing here. Get that looping. There we go, we're back. Sorry if I took too long. But yeah. Alright. Yep, ooh, a nose claw? Is it orange? I hope it's orange. Alright, we're gonna start cleaning this up. And look for claws that I can use. Okay, Zyglek, you gotta you gotta stand for me. You gotta stand for me, buddy. And then this man is going over there. You know, I really like this sword piece. This is a very nice sword. I think that, yeah, it's a nice sword. I like it. It's pretty good. I know I have the Nuparu's claws somewhere. Not Anua's claws, Nuparu's claws. Specifically. Okay, I'm gonna use this claw. Oh, there we go. I found one. Nice, I found one. Now, can I find another one is the question. I do not have another one. Oh, no, I just grabbed the same piece. Why am I... It's fine. We can do asymmetry. I feel like asymmetry for Brutaka will be fine. Oh yeah, I was gonna give him... I forgot to give him swords for the lower arms. I was so focused on the top, his top half that I forgot about his lower half. I forgot the man has two halves. It's fine. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give him orange blades. There we go. You know what? Honestly, that fills him up in the torso. In its own weird way. I feel like that kind of works. Yeah. That actually kind of works for a mutated Brutaka. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that actually kind of works for him. In a very messed up kind of way. Okay, so... Syntrax says 03, 06, 07, and assuming scroll makes it back. 09 currently have villain representative 1, 3, 6, and 9 before hero representative. Again, assuming Gresh makes it back. 05 hero rep could be done with yellow hero being Kitangu. Yeah, it definitely could. Syntrax, it definitely could. Udra Mike says, what if you could do a star which characters never got a set so far, like Lego did with Nectan, for example, or Branar, or even better, Buckethead. Ooh, you know what? I would like to see, if stars were to continue, I would like to see, the yesterday's quest, gang, like Toa Ord and the Toe of Iron and a few other of the Toa from the yesterday's quest. I feel like that would have been nice to see in Stars now, at the very least. I feel like that would have been very cool, and I would have liked that a lot. Alright. Nope. Please don't fall. There we go, thank you. Alright. Oh! Yay! I forgot about that piece. Oh! Yes. Yes. But honestly, I feel like just the claws would be fine. Like Fang type of thing. Like, it looks like a mouth now that's coming out of his chest, which I kind of like. I like that. It's tempting to put this back in. I might put it back in. It's a tempting idea that I might do. It's a lot of orange, but it kind of works for this man. I don't know why, but it works for this man. I'm gonna expose... I don't know. Yesterday's quiz, Gilu, racist thoughts, Kabura, screw casual racism, we're going ranked. Yeah, oh man, that would be wild. That would be wild. Okay. Nah, you know what? No. I feel like that's good. We're gonna give him the claw though. We're gonna give him asymmetry because I feel like he needs asymmetry. So we're gonna do that. Have the claw there, and then having a thumb for one hand, and then the other hand will be the weapon. I feel like that might be the best approach to go with this guy. But that means he needs a silver thumb, which we can do. There we go. We got the silver thumb. Put that there, and let me look at my Brutaka set. Okay, okay, we'll do this. There we go. So he has a hand, and now he has the weapon hand. Oh, and tubes. We need to give him tubes. I forgot about the tubes. That would be helpful, giving this man tubes. Let me start working on giving this man tubes. So, tube, we go here. And then that will slide through there. Actually, you know what? I realized that I can flip the arms the other way so that he doesn't look... Yeah, I'm gonna flip the shoulder pads the other way so that the tubes can slide into a more logical place. There we go. That looks better. And then we can do the same on the other side. Flip it around. Boom, boom. And then that goes. Come on. Come on, man. You can go in there. There we go. So I got the tubes. Got some mandibles coming out of his chest. I think I have an orange tube. Actually, do I have an orange? I got a black tube. Wait a minute. I can use black for the tubes. I think black will look better on him. Yeah, he can have a black tube coming out of his back. Yeah. There we go. Black tube it is. And we can place it up a little bit further out just for aesthetics. Oh, come on, buddy. You can do it. Yay, he did it. Nice. Alright, Brutaka is looking like a monstrosity in the best way possible. But honestly, it's still kind of recognizable as him, and I think that's like the most important thing. That it still kind of looks like him. Even if he looks like a mutated monstrosity. And then... thinking about other villain representative we could have and realizing that 01, 02 don't work for it. Honestly, we can make an 2001 Bionicle Stars. I feel like we could do that. We got 03, we got 07, 06, 06 again. I think we can do 2001. I think we can. What was the most iconic Bionicle set in 2001? First comes to mind is the Toamata. So we could probably do Stars Tahu. I think I got a Stars Tahu. I think I do. But outside of that, maybe Rahi? We could maybe do a Rahi in Bionicle Star style. Do both. Alright, let me close the poll. Did we already get one with Todd? Yeah, we kind of did. Alright, we're gonna end the poll right now. I feel like we got a good basis here. So, looks like more stars won out. So, we're gonna be... I'm gonna do another poll that we can do a poll for. Okay. There we go. O3 could work if we make the green villain Levi Cal, but if we have year overlap in villains, I think a more interesting choice would be Karzani. Karzani would be interesting to see, because... Well, I mean, we did get... Alright, let me put these tubes away. I'm gonna put a hand on this man, and then I'm gonna give him a mask. Because he needs a mask. I was thinking about it. No. Yeah, we're gonna see what the poll comes up with. So you guys can weigh in your thoughts, and then we can discuss from there. Because I feel like once we go ahead and get things moving and come with a decision, I feel like things will flow in more nicely. That's just me. Wait a minute, do we have a dark blue socket? I believe we have it. Yes, we still have a dark blue socket. Nice. And that can go there. There we go. We got a dark blue socket. Blade arm goes there. Yeah. Yeah. This works. This works. He's beautiful. This man is beautiful, and I'm gonna give him my Brutaka's mask. Just to add the final dressing on the cake. There we go. That actually looks like Brutaka. Nice. We got a Brutaka now. And we can still fold up the arms. They still fold up in the back. So, like, that's an interesting thing we can still do with this guy. But ideally, just to engage the play feature, it kind of needs that exposed. And then the arms tend to flop a bit. I feel like what helped the rock sheet was the fact that you could still pose the arms because there's two joints at play, because the arms are connected with the staff. But yeah, now we got a Brutaka. And I'm gonna have to buy another Brutaka mask. Make a Borak would be cool. O3 could work if we make the green letter count. Oh, okay. Hold on. Supersonic says, have you noticed how Gresh's blades look like Lacan's blades? They kind of do. They kind of do, which is nice to see. They really do. I kind of like that a lot. Alright. We're gonna pick up this mess here, and while we do that, because we didn't even use all the pieces here, I'm gonna go ahead, talk about a few things. So right now, let's take a look at this poll here. Alright. Looks like 2004 is looking like it's winning right now. Oh, Starsley Khan would be oh no. Supersonic, what have you done? Alright. Not Starsley Khan. Oh, if we do a Starsley Con, it's gonna have to have the Kikanalo. We need to make it a 2-in-1, which will be interesting to see. Which means, if it's gonna be a 2-in-1, we're gonna make a Turaga version of Lacan because they would have to be smaller relative to the Kikanalo. Because we're not worried about too much about scale. A Rakshi wouldn't be about the same size as Brutaka, nor would Nectime be close to the size of a Zyglak. It's kind of the thing. These are just like cutesy reimaginings of these characters in this style and format. But it will be a fun thing to experiment with. And honestly, 2004 does have a lot to play around with. It seems like. Though, I was also thinking with 2005, we can do like either Visorak, maybe even the Hordika. We could probably even do a Voparak. Like a Stars Voparak. But we already got 4-arm. I think we need to start making some heroes. I feel like that's something that needs to be done. Because we got one hero, villain. So we can probably start working on some heroes. Possibly. I feel like that would be the most appropriate thing to do right now. Just make a hero. To go against one of these 3 villains that we have here. Just to even stuff out in terms of... like, because we already got 4 right now. So I'm thinking we could do a 6-on-6, like 6 heroes, 6 bad guys. That's what I'm thinking about doing for this line if we were to go ahead and make more of these guys. It feels like the most natural approach to go. Honestly. That's just my personal opinion. If we were to go ahead and make more of these stars sets, we need some heroes to balance out these bad guys. Because we got 3 bad guys and 1 hero right now. That's just my opinion. Okay. We almost get close down here. Udron Mike's idea, instead of a Kikanalo, Turaga Lacan and Nocturne teamed up on the Red Star. Oh! Turaga Lacan and Nocturne teamed up on the Red Star. That would be actually... Wait a minute! The Red Star! Yeah, that's right! We forgot to consider... Sidorak, guys. We can bring back Sidorak. He's on the Red Star. Oh my gosh, imagine if we do a Gardas. Oh. Imagine if we do a Gardas. Oh, but that's probably for the next poll. That's probably for the next poll. I feel like that's too much power to do a Gardas. Oh god. My soul is not ready for Gardas. I will tell you that much. My soul is not ready for Gardas. That would be way too much power. That would be way too much. I'm not so sure how I would feel about that. And we're gonna save this. We're gonna put this to the side and save it. Alright, so blade. I mean, we can do a deep cuts too in the story serials as well. Now that I think about it, we can probably do a deep cut in terms of characters. I'm thinking Centrac. We can do some Dark Hunters as well. I'm thinking that might have appeared in that time period. Of that time era of the story. I know Time Trap is pretty popular. We might do Time Trap. What was another... Wait a minute, yeah! Speak about Karzani. There was the plant, Karzani. We can make a plant-based Bionicle. I feel like Bionicle Botanical is underrated. Am I the only one that thinks that? The fact that we don't have enough plant-based Bionicles, I feel like we need more. I mean, not specifically related to the element of bow, but just in general, I feel like there is a lot of potential that can be done. Again, I'm probably spouting a lot of randomness, but hear me out. Yeah, I have an idea. It's a crazy idea, but it's an idea. Alright, we're almost done picking up, guys, and as soon as I'm picking up, I'm closing up the poll. I am closing up that poll, and then whatever it is, it's gonna be the winner. Syntrack Track says Kitanga crushed Sidorak too much. Oh yeah, because Sidorak, Nadiki, and Kreka all can't be revived. That's right, I forgot about that. Oh, okay. I hate Pterodax for that. Darn you, Terry. Udor says plant Bionicles reminds me of these destructible props from Bionicle Heroes, which is often tried to replicate for some of my stop motions, says You Draw Micros. That would be cool. I will be down for that. I will be so down for that. Yeah, Bionicle Heroes, when it came to the plants and all the gates that you would open up with Hookie's powers were pretty hype. They were pretty hype. Alright, one last piece to put away. And then once it's put away, I am closing the poll. Officially. Then we got another build that we can build. Man, this army keeps growing. We're on a roll, guys. Alright, ending it now. Boop. Alright, it looks like 2004. 2004 won. Okay. We'll do 2004. And now I gotta think of what to do for 2004. A hero that we could do. Toa Duma? No, it would be a Taraga Duma. Because he's still a Taraga at that point. 2004, a hero. Stars Matau? Maybe not. Maybe a Rahi. How about Crawla? Crawla, the Toa Nui combiner from 2004. That was the only time we really got a Toa Nui combiner, and it wasn't even a Toa Nui combiner. The Shapeshifter one. That's the one that I'm thinking of. We could probably do the Shapeshifter one. What do you guys think? Crawla isn't really an antagonist. It's more of an anti-hero, I feel, Crawla. That's still a villain, though. It's gonna have to be Lacan. I'm gonna have to do a Stars Lacan. Okay, Udron Mike says one guy created a big catalog of all the golden construction and reverse engineered them into something more or less buildable. Some of them such illegal builds, they're impossible. The Bionicle Heroes constructions. Oh! That is kind of cool. But that sucks that some of the builds are illegal. That's rough. That's really rough. Dang. Okay. Well. Let's see here real quick. I'm thinking we're going to be doing Lacan. I feel like Lacan is going to be the direction we're going now. Because we need a red guy. We're doing Lacan. I feel like Lacan needs more love. Because Lacan would be still alive. And he could come back as a Toa. And I have Lacan's mask here. So, we could do Lacan. And I got an idea to do Lacan here. We're gonna do I'm gonna keep both types of heads. Either this one or this one for Lacan. I feel like this one might be more appropriate for Lacan. Alright, time to go ahead and dig for parts that would be related to Lacan. Let's do this montage. Should be fun, should be exciting. Yeah, Udron says, I can link it on Discord if you want. Yes, please. I would like to see those. Udron Mike says, I think Lacan being a Taroka, yet still being in here would be a bit more interesting. Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. I think to symbolize he's a Taraga, he will have to be shorter than the rest of these guys. I feel like that would also bring, like, hero versus the villain, like David and Goliath type of feel. So, small... It would be a gory build. It would be kind of like an gory build, but I'm not gonna do that. I feel like that would be too dirty. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, before I do that, let me look at these pieces here. All right. So let's start digging. Red. Red limb. Keeping that. Another red limb. Keeping that. Flaming yellow? Or no? He's gonna have to use the old gold. Hold on. Let me check. That's too much. That's too much. I'm gonna keep it at the old gold. And we're gonna keep this in case if we turn it into a play feature. For a Taraga build. Oh yeah, he had black in his build. I forgot that Lacan had black. I forgot about that. He has black in his build. So we could probably do some stuff with that. I forgot all about the black. The black that he has built into him. I almost forgot about that. Can't believe I almost forgot that. He has black built into him. Maddie Bionicle says, hello again. A question, Tripchan. Where do you get your Bionicles? I get from my childhood and also from a local Lego shop called the Brick House. If you live in Washington State, you can go ahead and be able to get your hands on it. But I don't do a lot of online shopping. Best place to go. Sometimes I did have to go buy stuff online. And for those, I go off of Bricklink. Bricklink is very reliable. I highly recommend. Sometimes you can find some good deals on Bricklink. If you do not live in Washington State. But again, there's a lot of local Lego thrift shops everywhere, I feel. So you're bound to find one way or another. It's kind of the general feel when it comes to that. Alright, let me pour this in. red, dark red hand, maybe. Save those. That can be saved. Got this. Probably save that. Save the red hands. Use that. Old gold. I always try to grab more than I need because you never know if you might need that part. And this piece has been pretty handy and very versatile. I'm not going to use the same play feature. Probably it's going to be a bit different. So I'm not spamming the same play feature to death, because that wouldn't be as fun. Maybe a black one of this. There we go. And that goes there now. Oh, what? A wild Borak piece appeared. That was not my intention. There we go. Alright. I'll keep this piece maybe. Well, this piece will be handy to have. I feel like it could play a lot with that. It's actually a good piece to have. And I'll grab another one. And then this torso, in case if we ever use it. Probably not, but you know what? It's the thought that counts. There we go. We have our parts. We got all the pieces that we need for our Lecon, and it doesn't look much like a Lecon, but he's going to be a Lecon. Posted the link in the memes channel. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take a look at it. And I might even show it on stream. Oh! Oh my god. Oh, Udron, put it in Lego Creations. I think that will be a better place to post it. It's a bit low. Okay. There we go. Is that better? I lowered it a bit. I'm sorry if that was a bit low. Do I sound better now? Oh. I'll quiet this down too. Okay, do I sound better? Do I sound better, chat? I thought I sounded pretty good earlier. Everybody was responding pretty well. All right. Huh. All right. Let me look. Actually, we're going to look at these instructions. We're going to watch it on stream, actually. I kind of want to see this. And you all got to see this too, because I feel like it's important. I feel like it's very important. Let me go ahead and set that up real quick. Boop. Oh, wait. No, window capture. Oh, yeah. And There we go. Okay, and all right. There we go. Nice. Okay, we got to look at this. If it loads, it's still loading. Oh my gosh, it's still loading. Oh no, please, please. I need this. This is important. I need this. I need this injected in my veins. Alright, it looks like it's taking a while. Bionicle Heroes. All models have been reverse engineered directly from the game, ensuring that they are approximately 99% accurate. There are 27 models in total, ranging from really well built to blatant disregard for LEGO building ethics. So proceed with caution. Some builds were originally impossible, but I made slight adjustments to make them buildable. Unfortunately, not all were salvageable. This is where 1% accuracy was lost. Color. All models are recolored since using only gold would be unappealing in construction. Those parts wouldn't be obtainable anyway. I based the colors on existing LEGO parts, which helped hint at how these models might have been constructed. Like to imagine the development team had a few ultimate accessories from this pack while trying to maintain the 2006 Void Nui aesthetic. Interesting. There we go. Alright, let's look at this. Can I make this bigger? Let me... There we go. Okay, we got it bigger. Nice. Potentially. Okay, well, you guys get to see it from this perspective. Stag bug, rhino bug. They got all of them. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. This is amazing. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna put... if you're not in the server, guys, be sure to go on to my server. I should have link in the description down below. But yeah, this is a funny build. I love it. It's beautiful. That is going to be so loose, that head. Oh. Oh my good Gideon. Oh my god. I love this. This is majestic. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, that's so funny. Oh. Yeah. That's wild. That is wild. Alright, well, we're... That's so funny. That is so funny. Maddie Bionicle says, I'm from Bolivia, and it's very difficult to find Bionicles, and we're in a serious crisis. I feel that. Udra Biker says, I actually built a Rahi similar to one of these. Oh. Okay, never mind. Maddie Bionicle says, I'm from Bolivia, and it's very difficult. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, it's hard to get your hands on Bionicle parts. I get that. You know, it's tough out there. It's very tough out there, and it hasn't been easy for me either. So, I get that. Hopefully, you know, there are more open access to like shipping and so forth. But yeah, it's brutal out there. It is very brutal. All right, I got Modifoot that I'm going to be using for this Taraga build because I like the Modify. And we're going to use another one in gold. So let me actually get this out, if possible. I'm not so sure if the Modify would still exist. It might have been discontinued at this point. But, alright. Let me look what I have here, so that we can actually come up with a design for the body. Ideally gold feet, but it doesn't have to be. Torso option 1, torso option 2, 3. Alright, I feel like maybe that could be the arms, maybe. But it's harsh 90 degrees, so I'm not too sure if I feel down for that. Okay, let's see here. Got the black. Black might be better. We've got 2 reds, which will allow for posability for the arms. But it will be interesting to see them used as legs, honestly. I feel like maybe the arms might be the best call, because at least we can do ball jointed. That might be something that would be interesting to see. Ball jointed, and we can incorporate this into the build and have a play feature still work to keep the Taraga look and still have a play feature built into it. Yeah, but if I'm gonna be putting red hands, because he would have red hands, it would have to be black sockets, red and black. So if it's red and black, then it would have to be the 9 degree, by the looks of it, possibly. And then we can add some armor on the top of it to keep the red or gold going in that, for that design. Alright, give me a sec. We're gonna go straight into commercial again. So we're gonna go straight into commercial. I need to check out what's going on. Let me go ahead and pause that real quick. And turn on display capture. Boom.
In a time after time, within distant futures past, 4 heroes across time must unite, save the cycle from the forces of evil, and become the spiritu of legends. Ascending depths, each set sold separately. Time after time, within distant futures past, 4 heroes across time must unite, save the cycle from the forces of evil, and become the Espiritu of legends. Ascending depths, each set sold separately.
Ugh. Alright. Yikes. Alright, we're done with that. We're done with that. And we're gonna go image. There we go. Display capture. And boop. There we go. We're back. Hype. Alright, let's see where everybody is. Hello and welcome back. Okay, looks like we're back into action. Whew. Alright. I'm still figuring out a build that we can do. I got a few ideas for a Taraga build. Now, they might not still use this for the modify, but I got a solution to remedy that. But it looks like we're going to be using these arms. This is going to be part of the torso, but I'm thinking we're also going to be implementing this just for a more squarish design. So that. And we're going to try to implement the chest as well, so that we have some black running through. But I'm thinking we're also going to be adding these in dark red as well. I feel like, and for the feet, to keep them as heads, because I think that would be very fun and interesting to do in that regard. Yes, we're going to use some Metru heads. Use some Metru heads here for part of his build. Because I really like the lake design that I have come up with for a lot of my figures. For a lot of my builds. It's a good way to recycle Mada heads, Metru heads in a very unconventional ways. But it works. And I think it looks nice. Alright. Let me see if I got the pins. Because I'm going to need that for this type of foot. Maybe add some toe articulation. I got some black parts. So that would allow us to add a hinge mechanism possibly. So that could be in the back. And then this here, and then maybe that up top. But having two faces might be a little bit too much. But it's an idea. It's an idea that can be done with this figure. Let me see if I got some more parts that I can utilize for this Lacan. I think I'm gonna lower this down a bit so you guys can get a better look at everything. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. I think that should be good. Let me see if... There we go. That sounds pretty... Yeah, it's pretty high. It's pretty high. There we go. Okay. I think that's fine. Alright, after we're done building this guy, I think I'm gonna go straight into, like, ending the stream is kind of the thing. We've been going on for quite a while. We finished... Stars Rock Sheet, we got a Brutaka, and we're gonna finish this guy, and then... probably call it good, after Lacan, honestly. I think one of the things that I wish that LEGO did was keep making the Taraga, because I felt like it would have been a good in-between way from, like, not just having just straight up Matoran, but what if you want something still small, like a Matoran, but you had, like, the extra budget range for, like, an actual play feature mechanism? Because the Taraga were that. They were, like, your in-between between having an actual Toa set and just any Matoran build. I feel like that is something that really needed to be expanded more, especially when it came to Bionicle, was the Taraga builds. Because the Taraga, all in all, were, like, phenomenal sets. They really were. For, well, you know, like, in all retrospect, they were great sets. It's just that once Taraga Duma came out, like, sure, you got the Nivok, but that was just underwhelming. You know, especially from what you can expect for, like, most Taraga builds to be. I mean, most days I see people try to replicate the, more so of the Miramax design when it comes to Taraga, but that Taraga build was just the Borog Va. Honestly, the Borog Va were phenomenal, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of the animators, and 3D modelers and designers, like, especially when it came to the concept art and so forth, for Mask of Light, decided to use, no, we're gonna use, use this. Because the Taraga builds that were using the Borog Va builds, and the Borog Va were very articulated, they were very expressive, and you could do a lot with that body shape and design. And I think that's why you see a lot of Machis out there try to replicate that. But I still like the 2001 designs, personally. Like, sure, Borog Va are great, but that's a Borog Va, like, dressed up as a Taraga. At the end of the day. Like, not all Taraga will have a hunchback look. I feel like some of them will be straight postured. They all wouldn't be hunched. Like, if you look at the Mechumatoran compared to, like, the Tahanga, like, they're more upright. You know, and when they were shrunken down into Matoran capsules, that's how they ended up having that slightly hunched-like look and got shrunken in size, is because of that. So I feel like just any standard Turaga build wouldn't embody the typical design language such as that. It would do something a little bit different and unique. In my biased opinion, of course. The typical... Huh. That's weird. Okay. Well. Why am I so quiet? Bip bip. Bip bip. Huh. Weird. Weird. Why am I so quiet? Why am I so quiet? Huh. Like, I'm peeking, though. That is weird. I am absolutely peeking. Oh. Udron says, I actually built one of these from Frogman. Oh, Udron says, I have a cursed idea. One stream of just building the buildable Bionicle Heroes constructions. That would be a fun idea. That would be very fun. I'm down for that. That would be super goofy. That would be super funny to see. I'm so down for that. Alright, we need... Alright, Turaga Khan, you need your toes. You need your toes, man. I'm gonna give you some toes. Turaga Khan with some toes. This man is gonna have some toes. It feels weird saying that. Turaga Khan is gonna have some toes. I feel like there's a lot of bad connotations that can be pulled from that. Only if I make it so. Alright, we gotta figure out some way for the toes to actually work well. I'm trying to think. And thinking hurts, by the way. We'll come back to the feet. We'll come back to the feet later, because this is not traditional feet. I wanted you to try to make a better Turaga foot using Metru heads, because I feel like that is something unconventional, but something that you would most definitely see. And this would be implemented in the build as well, because one, you got the ball joint here. The ball joint is right here. And I feel like... No, that would be too hunchback. We'll figure it out. We'll figure that out. I'm sure... Oh, actually, wait a minute. I could just use Borak eyes, put them off to the side, and they can create like a toe type design. I don't really need to think too hard about that, actually. I thought I had to make something complex, but it actually could be just quite simple, actually. I didn't think about that. They can be just off to the side, and it will make for a nice tapering and feel more like a foot. But should it be in black, though? Oh, I got dark red. There we go. Now, do I have another piece in dark red? And then that would be actually pretty high. I need to make some more cursed things. I feel like I don't make enough cursed things, and that should definitely be the staple. Just make it the most abhorrent cursed thing of all imagination, so that people will truly love it and truly call it like a pure cinematic masterpiece. That might have been a little bit too egotistical. Maybe I should not be stating that. But it's tempting. It's tempting. It's tempting. I might do it. You never know. I just might. When you least expect it. Because no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Alright, I'm gonna use the red. Because Lego like to use red all the time. I put that there. And I put that there. And then I put this off to the side. And there we go, we got a toe. And then a toe goes there. So we got... Oh, wait. That clicks. That hugs onto the Metru head perfectly. What? What? It like the negative space of the Borak eye slots in perfectly with the side of a Metru head. I just made really good feet. Oh my gosh, that actually worked pretty well. What the heck? That actually worked. That's crazy. It taps into the Metru head. Not oh gosh. Seeing a Metru head in this configuration made me think of Mata feet. I don't know why. But it does. It gives me that feeling, and I like it that it does. I feel like that is a good technique. That's a very good technique. And now we need the old gold for his thighs, because his thighs need the old classic gold for this luxurious, beautiful man that we are constructing here today. Oh, I do have some more gold. Nice. Alright, so he can be beautiful. There we go. You know, the thing that I do not like about this particular gold is that it can get scuffed up and scratched really easily. It's hard to keep the old gold, like, super pristine. In my opinion, it's very difficult to keep it pristine. Alright. I realized that I got a problem here, and I'm gonna fix it. Because I'm good at fixing problems with a lot of tape. Maybe not. There we go. Now you guys can hear me better. Hopefully. Okay. Your drum micro says, Taruga be like, my sneakers need faces, or I'm not wearing them. Centrex says, the small wave Bionicle stars, a gory size, then the Toa size pair of waves. Ooh. Gory size and then Toa size pair of waves. Yeah, I do like that. Because we got Titan, we got a gory size to match it with the Toa. Roxy will be a bit bigger than a gory size, so that's why that's a little bit bigger, because Roxy are supposed to be kind of bigger. And then you got the Turaga build with faces, because you need to have faces for a Turaga Likan. In my biased opinion, if your Turaga Likan does not have faces, then I don't know what to tell you. Your Turaga Likan needs faces. There's no... If you don't have a face, he's not a Turaga. But yeah, I'm surprised how well that ushers in. And honestly, we could probably add the red in the back there just to cover up the face a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna cover it up. We're gonna give him some nice boots. Actually, you know what? We're gonna show them faces. He's gonna wear those faces with pride. No one is gonna hide his faces in his sneakers. You hear that, Lego? He's gonna have faces up in his heels. No one will stop this beautiful man. No one. Alright. We're gonna add a play feature now. And he's gonna look amazing while doing it. Centric says, Bionicle, mail arrived, got no comma, Hordica, and them 2015 Golly pieces I mentioned. Oh, that's nice! Oh, okay, that is hype. Okay, did you get, by chance, hold on, I do got some, do you get, like, these type of pieces? Like the 2015, like, Golly thigh pieces? These are beautiful pieces. These are beautiful. They're absolutely, holy gadunk, are they beautiful? But yeah, I like these pieces. I do. All right. That is so hype. I'm so happy for you. All right, we got 2 black ears because he would have black ears. And we need to figure out how to do this torso build. So that's there, that would twist this to create the bashing feature that I want to do. So the arm will go here. We'll have the bashing feature with the arm swing. And then the other arm would just be stationary. I'm thinking. Just an idea that I have. It's a idea. And then that will go there. And then I will add black Technic piece. That way he can swing his arm. So the gear in the back, twist it, swings his arm. And let me go ahead and make that actually do the thing. Well, yes, they are! Technically, got the 2016 size 4 ones, but they're also beautiful. Nice! Oh, that is so hype. Oh! Oh, you lucky son of a gun. You lucky son of a gun. You are so lucky. Oh. Oh, I'm so jelly, but I'm so happy for you at the same time. I'm so jelly, but so happy for you. Oh. Ah, you beautiful, beautiful person. Oh. Oh, man. Alright, so if I put that there... Wait a minute, why aren't you sliding down? There we go. We're gonna do that. Yeah. We're gonna do that. Put that there. Put that there. So we got the arm in a particular way. And now... Oh, that doesn't move. It moves tiny. I don't like that. I don't like that. Alright, guys, what do you think Lee Khan's badge of office would be? What do you think his badge of office would be? Oh, wait a minute. He had it in the show, in the film. Never mind, I know what his badge of office looks like. Never mind. Never mind. I remember. Never mind. I remember what his badge of office looked like. I was like, let me be creative with this. Okay. So I got the shoulders. I need the torso build. So I think black up here. And we can do a play feature with his connected up here. At some capacity. Now we can do that. And then that. That's an idea. Or we can do the other head. Which fills him out more and gives him more of the... Because his shoulders are gonna... His arms are basically gonna be going about here as kind of thing. They're gonna be about here. He's gonna be a small dude. But actually his arms are gonna be like... He looks a bit deformed though. But again, for a Taraga build in the stars line, I feel like this is... It would have to be this height. I'm gonna try with the other head. I feel like this one's too long. I feel like this one's too long. There we go. I think that's pretty good. For a stars. Hey, a stars Lacan, if anything. Alright guys, we're getting close to 3 hours. We're gonna probably have to stop the stream pretty soon. This is getting pretty long. But also, since we're gonna be wrapping up the stream soon, if you guys have any questions, be sure to let me know and message them so that I can answer any questions you might have, either through Ascending Depths, what future builds I'm gonna be doing, my personal thoughts on different years of Bionicle, you name it. I will answer them. Because we are getting close to that time frame. He needs gears. I feel like he needs a gear. He's Taraga Khan with a gear feature. Because, yes. Oh, the badge of office can turn into a surfboard. Oh, I just thought about that. I can make his badge of office turn into a surfboard. Yes. Yes. I love that idea. I gotta do that now. His badge of office needs to become a surfboard. Yes. Yes. It needs to become a surfboard. There's no buts. It has to. It has to. Which means I am gonna have to take some creative liberties, because honestly, if his badge of office turns into a surfboard, that would be actually pretty hype. And I want that to be a thing. I really do. And it will become a thing. He's gonna have a surfboard staff. A staff that can also be a surfboard. Oh, that would be so nice. That's gonna be the tiniest Lacan ever with just a surfboard. A surfboard staff? Sign me up. Honestly, that is probably the greatest idea I thought of in a long while. Oh, man. I need the Mari blades. I feel like if I have the Mari blades, I can double it up kind of like, and make it almost like a trident for him. But it can separate and turn into a surfboard. I feel like that might be the best way to go about it, because I can't just use these. I mean, I could, Because, like, there's a connection point here. It connects. So, like, on the sides of his feet. So, I could definitely make something surfboard related where he's just like, yeah, I'm just riding through. And there's axle connections in the back. So, he can literally have a surfboard type of thing going on. Where he's like, he's a little Taraga dude with a surfboard. I want to do that now. I want to do that now. That is, are you planning to do a full-on Pit Brutaka build? Like, Titan set sized? When I get enough trans orange, then yes. When I get enough trans orange, absolutely. No question. But, my trans orange is currently being consumed by my elemental Lord of Fire. So I'm gonna have to get more in order to make in order to make that character make that set. That figure rather. I don't know why I said set. It's because I'm a set designer. At this point in time, I design sets for a living right now. So I always keep calling my MOC sets now. Or I try to keep calling custom builds. Like, oh, look at this custom build I did. Because I feel like calling anything a MOC is kind of derivative because it stands for my own creation. If you're talking about someone else's MOC, you wouldn't call it a MOC because it's not your creation, it's someone else's creation. So I feel like calling it a custom build, someone's CB, might be a better term to use. I don't know, I might be thinking too deeply about it, but hear me out. Calling someone else's build a MOC, sure, that's what we've always called it, but you break it down, it means my own creation. So, like, obviously you're not calling someone else's build your creation. So wouldn't you just call it a CB? Come on, guys, we need to normalize this, please. But again, I think I'm overthinking it. I only started thinking about that ever since I started designing sets. I feel like that's a running trend. There we go. Nakama Hordika built! Nice! That is great! Okay. I'm having... Okay. I don't know why, but now I'm tempted to just make it dark gold. Yeah, why should his weapons be silver? It should be gold. Oh man, now I want to do it with the... How do I do it? The old gold though, because I'm gonna double it and it becomes a staff. It will become too bulky with this. It needs to be halved. I'm thinking too heavily about it, but honestly, I need this man with a surfboard now. He's still shredding the sky, even as a Taraga, is kind of like the most badass thing I've ever thought of for the longest time. Oh, I got a silver. Wait a minute, I'm gonna do the thing again. Why am I doing this the long way? I can just do the thing, guys. I'm gonna do the thing. Alright, let's do the thing. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. Marginal thing. We're not going all the way with it because I have concerns if we do go all the way with it. There we go. Alright. Do I have that blade in there? I should have that blade in there. Please tell me I do. No, I do not. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the thing where I undo the thing that I just did. As I look for the pieces that I need. Man, this brings me to my inner child of just, like, digging through the Lego. Like, sure, it's not sprawled out on a carpet or anything, you know, all over the floor, and then you're trying to build whatever it is you're trying to build. But it still has that same energy. It really does. Just dump as much Lego as possible over. Aha! There we go. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I feel like... Oh... It's not accurate, but honestly, it will make for a cooler staff of office if he turns it into a surfboard. Hear me out, guys. If you're a Taraga, and you're like... And you see everybody wielding a staff, and you're like, I don't want a staff. I used to surf for a living. It's like, well, you need to have a staff as your badge of office. You can put whatever you want on the end of it. I can put whatever I want on the end of it? Yeah. Proceeds to put an entire surfboard at the end of their staff. Hear me out. It might be fun. And Syntrax Sundere says, she's my fifth and penultimate Toa Hordika. All I have left is Wanoa Hordika, and then I have a full set. Udron says, I gotta hit the sack, folks. My sleep schedule is as messed up as it is already. Alright, have a good night, Udron. It was nice having you here on the show, and I'll see you next time. And thank you for those for those instruction manual, by the way. We're definitely gonna have to look at them next stream. Okay. His badge of office. It's gonna be a surfboard. It's gonna have to be a surfboard. We're doing it. I'm thinking either pointy or double. Because it can't be double, I'm thinking maybe like a pickaxe type of thing. It wouldn't be the same, though, if it's a pickaxe, because it will look like the... Gosh, dang. It could be like a Roxy staff. That's what I'm thinking. It could be like a Roxy staff type of situation. Yeah, I can make it like a Roxy staff. Alright, let me see what I can do with that. With that knowledge, that insight of making it like a Roxy staff. I feel like there will be a lot more flexibility if I do that. And I'm gonna murder a build that I did a while back just to pull this thing off. Just because I can. Just because I can. I've been taking apart a lot of builds lately. But honestly, I'm gonna have to do an entire inventory, so after I do my inventory, I should have a lot of parts to play around with. Even after everything's said and done, it's kind of the gist. There we go. There we go. Wait, what? Okay. So we got that. Put that there. Whoa. Put that there. And... Alright, so that needs to be... I'm thinking like having the staff attached in the back so that it's like a faux faux surfboard. Because Tahoe did a similar thing. Tahoe did a similar thing with theirs. And it will still be cohesive at the end of the day. Alright. Get some number 3s. Boom, boom, boom. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. And an axle over here. And an axle over here. And that can go there. There we go. And boom. That might be a little bit too much. I don't like the extra kibble in the back for this tiny Lycon. I feel like there's a much more cleaner way to do this. I just had to figure... Wait a minute, it locks in here, so if that locks in, then I could maybe put a... I could do something with that knowledge. I could easily do something with that. I don't know. I don't know. Because then... Would it just be on either side of the foot? It could be like just connects on one foot type of situation. I could do that. I feel like it might be just 1 foot type of situation where it goes on 1 foot only. Yeah, but then I had to make it custom to do that. But it will be the most natural thing to do, I feel. Doing it that way. Oh, there you go. He fell. Alright, fellow compatriots, we gone long enough. My creative juice is dry right now. So we got already from 2006, Nectian and Brutaka. From 2007, we got the Zyglag. And from 2003, we got the Rockshi. So, and 2004, we got Lycon in the works. Taraga Lycon with his surfboard. But I believe that is all for now. If you like this video, why not give it a like? And if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. If you want to go ahead and follow me any social media outlets, links will be in the description down below. But not only that, but you can also find... if you want some brain stocks, be sure to go ahead and check those out over at ascendingdepths.etsy.com. But I believe that is all for now. And I will see you in the next live stream or video. Bye, guys!